Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
How's it going?
It's going fabulous. I'm over here in Houston at the Baybrook Mall, Bay in the Bay Area, flipping some hot sauce with Dragon Bio. Woo! DragonVio.com. But we actually did pretty good. We made it almost $1,000 today in sales.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. In one day, that's killer. Hell yeah. So
Rock
for
and
those
roll
of
hot
you,
sauce.
yeah, and I love them with ketchup. Don't judge me. All right, and I'm from Chicago.
Yeah, Chi-Town, baby.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, I'm Fran LaSavage, of course, Savage Lazy Metal, and today we got Jason from the Relevant Saints. How are
Yes.
you, hon?
I'm doing really, really good. I mean, it's kind of a bitch to drive out here for 3 hours, but I got a lot of good friends, got a lot of good people that love helping out and showing support. My friend Jeremy from a band called Chaw, he comes out here and helps with sales, and it's great. It's so good to see other bands working together, not just in music, but also in life, trying to grind.
Oh yeah. I gotta say, I'm jealous. I see the sun shining bright. You're in a t-shirt. Must be nice to be in Houston. I'm very
I'm still
jealous.
I'm still wearing the cardigan. I'm probably the darkest like emo person at a farmer's market, and everybody. I'm not sure if they're like scared. I'm not sure if they're scared of me or the fact that I'm selling really hot sauce. So, but
You know what? Then
once they taste it, they love it though. So,
you know what? Then you're doing your job. If you're grabbing the attention, it's not bad.
mhm.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
And
If
then
you
let
want
them
to,
know,
if you want to, I can take you on the tour of the market if you want.
nice. So where are you then? So you said you guys already sold $1,000 today worth
Yeah.
of hot sauce, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's going on? Where are you at?
Well, I mean, we're at the Baybrook Mall. It's a farmers market that's out here that pops up every Sunday, once every
Okay.
Sunday out in the Houston area, and it's a wonderful market. I mean, you come out here, there's all kind of like natural products and just really good things. As far as even the eggs are cheaper because eggs are really expensive right now. So we have a lot of
Yeah.
farmers out here that actually have their own chickens that have eggs that are really good price, actually cheaper than the markets.
You know what? That's what the farmers markets are the best. I once in a while I pop into them, but we get them all the time here, more in the summer. And or they're every Sunday too. And the stuff that they find there, it's not just food. It's like everything is there. They got some really cool stuff that they sell at those places.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
So,
oh yeah.
so you got a garlic hot sauce? I'm a garlic fanatic.
Yes, actually, believe it, or not, we do actually have it's one called we have a black sriracha. It's actually black, and it's made black with cuttlefish ink and black garlic. Yep.
Interesting.
And the other hot sauce we have with garlic is called Fire Bees, which is made with a local honey from right out of here from Houston, local bees, garlic and Reaper.
Oof. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pass on the Reaper, but I've never had some black hot sauce, so I would love to
Oh
taste your
yeah,
black hot
you can't get
sauce.
no metal than that than a black hot sauce. And plus, it looks so menacing.
I
It's so
can't say that
strong.
with a straight face. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay,
Damn
let's
it!
just we're gonna
Damn
get
it!
off that topic now. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I'm still laughing at that. I'm sorry. So dude, okay, so thank you for taking the time out from the market, for the
No
interview.
problem.
It's really cool to have you here. I've heard about you and known about you for a while, thanks to Jay Ramy, from Circus of the Dark Radio, Rock Rage Radio, and of course, iHeartRadio. Mad
Yeah.
respect, man.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
And
It's been a
I
hard
love your
climb.
music.
Do
Do
you?
what?
It's been a hard climb, but you like our music?
I do. Okay. See, I'm actually very eclectic with my music. I'm very well rounded when it comes to music. I grew up with hip hop because of my older brothers. They were professional breakdancers and shit. I grew up with that. Yeah. And that's early '80s, obviously. The metal just started building into me slowly. But rock is always going to be in my heart. But I love the heavy shit too. The heavier the better. But I love it all. So I don't judge it all. But I love your music. I love your sound. And we'll get to like individual songs. I mean, it's really cool. I know you just released another single,
Yes,
Elevated.
Elevated. Yes, the video is out right now on YouTube. You can check that out on YouTube. Just type Relevant Saints Elevated. It's a full production video. We kind of took it back in the days of Motley Crue when videos were actually had a story to it and were fun, and you can laugh and have a great time. It's one of those. It's not, a lot of bands right now are just doing live performance videos, and I get it. That's what you can afford. But when you take that extra effort and use that creativity, not just for writing lyrics or looking great on stage, but actually into your art and your craft, and actually put out a story and meaning to what you're trying to convey, I think it pays off in the long run. I mean, look at our numbers. Our view numbers are really high on that video, and also we made top 10 out here on the Buzz on iHeartRadio on the Buzz, and that was very amazing. All of a sudden, you get a call and to be a local band, unsigned band, and have beat out people like Shinedown and Jelly Roll for a little while. I mean, I think our numbers are back down now, but for that moment, it was just, oh my God, I got a call and they're like, dude, you guys hit top 10. And I was like, what? And I looked on there and that we were on there. And it was like right below us was Shinedown. I was like, get out of here. It's an established band, but Houston is only one place and we have the rest of the world to try to conquer.
It's only the beginning.
Only the beginning.
Absolutely. I mean, okay. Elevated was a cool video. I did enjoy watching it. Now I was a little high when I first
I don't know how I made it.
And when I was, so I was a little elevated, and I was just like, it was entertaining on a whole different level for me. I was like, wait, what? Okay, so
I played the demon too in that video.
You know what? It was great because I did watch it again later when I wasn't, so I wanted to see if I still felt the same. And I still thought it was a cool, trippy video. And you've got a demon in there, Braxis. Is he like the band's mascot, or I mean, what is the deal with Braxis? He's badass. I loved it.
Braxis is a demon promoter. He's a promoter. So he came to existence. Well, for a few reasons, because I'm really into horror films and horror makeup, and I love stuff like that. And I finally was able to actually afford a real Hollywood mask and whole setup, and I got the demon one. And because of our name, Relevant Saints, we came up with the character Braxis, because one of the things I don't like, I know people have heard me talk about, especially on my Facebook, is about me not really liking promoters. I don't like promoters, and it's not that I don't like all promoters. I've only dealt with bad promoters. They don't consider the band at all. They're out to just make money from the venues, make money for themselves, a lot of them, and most of them get paid more than what the bands are doing for their band show, and that didn't make sense to me. So what we did to try to do that is we stay away from the mainstream as far as what everyone else is doing, because just like high school, there's a hierarchy of the bands that's been around a long time, and the bands that are just I guess below them or don't have as much money as them. And we wanted to kind of even the playing field by us. We got rid of promoters, and we just promote and do things ourselves, which means that we make more money. We have better shows, and we have better bookings because we're doing it ourselves. There's no other hand that's out that's taking more than what we're doing. I mean, we're up there sweating, bleeding, and doing whatever we can, and they're just hands out, while the bands are hurting. And I have respect to the good promoters, that make big shows. I mean, if everyone puts in and does the work, everyone deserves to get paid. But I think the ones that deserve to get paid are always the bands first. The clubs can make their money from their alcohol sales. They don't always have to dip into the band's fund. They don't have to do that, but they do. And that's sad because bands just want to play. So they ignore everything else like that and sacrifice their own time and don't even get paid.
Right.
Or if they do, it's only a very small percentage of what the bar took, what the promoter took, and then it comes the split between all the bands. And by that time, it's dwindled down. You're only getting like a couple $100.
Yeah, the door deals. Okay, throwing this out. I'm a booking and promoting agent, and the door deals. I mean, I got to say, I'm not a fan of them when I book shows. When I try to go outside of my immediate area and I talk to a venue and they're like, oh, well, we do door deals. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get it, but at the same time, I don't because because the bands are worth more than that, for one. I understand the whole concept of a guarantee, and it drives me nuts, that certain bands don't get guarantees, and there's certain times I think it is right to do a ticket sale per se. I guess you could do, like if a big name comes rolling through, and
Yes.
you need a couple of fillers for openers, and of course you're gonna want a band that makes sense with
Right.
the big band that's rolling through, and
Of
it'd be like,
course.
look, we already, the booking agents, we already have all this money tied into the bigger names,
Right.
but here's a chance for you to hit that stage and get your name out there with the bigger names. There's that once in a while exception, but just to say no, they get door deal, and then the bars, of course, don't want us to share their cut of the bar.
Yeah, it goes deeper. I mean, because even when you have the promoters that will purchase, or the investors that would pay for a national act, then they want to do anything possible to recomp their money or to pay the investors back. So they would do things like put on a battle of the bands to see who wants to open up for this big act. So they turn one show into almost 12 shows. They got we got all these bands fighting each other to desperately try to get on a slot they're not even getting paid for. And they've already made their money back plus some, and they're profiting from that. I mean, I'm not hating the game. I'm not hating the game. I understand it. And I'm just, respectively declining from, I don't do battle of the bands no more. The last Battle of the Bands I did was for a thing called Bodog Battle of the Bands. And that one was a good one because that one took us all over the country. We played every single house of blues from Los Angeles all the way to Florida. We even did Chicago, the Underground House of Blues. That was amazing.
Good.
That was amazing.
When were you here?
I'm sorry?
When were you here?
That was about maybe 2005.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you actually search Downside, which is spelled DOWNSIID, one word, you'll see old video footage and clips from that. It was a big show. It was us and Drowning Pool, and it was funny coming out here. A lot of people didn't really know who I was, and I mean, still a lot of people don't. But there's a lot of people who do and remember everything I did with my previous bands. And this one guy was like, "You guys." Matter of fact, it was Smackola from the Dirty Worms. He hopped on the mic and he was like, "You don't know who's in here. We got a motherfucking Texas legend in this bitch. Fucking String Atwood right here." And I was like, oh my God, it was so embarrassing. But for him being an icon to recognize, all the work I did was nothing but humbling. It was a lot of respect. And I've toured almost every single new metal band you can pretty much name. We've toured with Nonpoint. We toured Head PE. We toured with we toured with Papa Roach. We done a lot of things, and we're always for a long time was that unknown band that was in the front opening up for a major act. But we was always the ones that was requested by the people, and we survived because of the fans. You know what I'm saying? It made a difference. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And you guys have had a hell of a 2022 for you.
Oh yeah, 2022 it was really big. This 23 is going to be even bigger because Relevant Saints is expanding to 2 guitar players instead of just the one.
Yeah, I remember that you were searching for a guitarist, and I did see that, and I threw that up there for you. So you did.
Oh.
So you found. So you were looking for a second one to join the family. So you already have one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the direction we were going, the previous guitar player we did have, Mr. Ralph Ranson, he was starting his family. He got married. He has a child. He has a job. Everything else like that. So touring and all, and as far as everything comes to record deal was not really in his favor, and I respect that. When someone's actually able to say, hey, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very respectable. So, we just, again, he humbly stepped down, and we went ahead and started looking for replacements. It was actually a really good thing because now we have these people that are really about it. Not only do they have the look, the drive. Basically, I can't wait to make the announcement of who we actually chose, but I can't say anything about it yet.
All right. I'm okay with teasers.
Let's just say that we when CJ from Drowning Pool, he had another band. Let's just say that's somebody from around that area was actually auditioning. That's all I can say.
That is awesome. Yeah. That's awesome, though. So congrats, and I can't wait to see what's coming up next.
It's gonna be amazing.
Well, and we'll talk a little more about that later. But I do want to talk about your EP.
Mm-hmm.
You also, first before we get to that, before we move on to the band stuff, we are missing some members. Did you want to give them a shout out?
Oh yes, Lawler James, my drummer. He's the one that actually put together the whole band. I was going to try to get him on here, but he's not too technical savvy. Also, Alan, my strong backup singer, bass player. He's amazing. I call him strong because he stands by our decisions. He stands by our dream in music, and he's amazing. My two brothers, they're amazing, and together we've have been unstoppable.
That's a blessing.
It is. Good friends.
All right, well, what's up, guys? Sorry you couldn't make it, and I understand about not being totally tech savvy. I have a lot of people that save my ass too, so I feel this. I feel this a lot. Also, Relevant Saints. I want to talk about that name. What's the story behind the name?
He probably would have been the best person to do that. I never came up with the name. It was with Lawler and Alan. They came up with the name, and I fell in love with it. I think their vision of it was a little different than what I had before I actually joined the band. I had to audition to join Relevant Saints, which was hilarious. I did, because I never knew I was going to have to compete against 5 other singers, and I was not prepared at all. What they did was they created an event called Who Will Front the Band, pretty much like how we did with the guitar player, and they did a huge show, and they sent out 3 songs to every single person that was auditioning and wanted them to write their own song to it. So we sat there, and I listened to the songs I have, 3 of the songs I have now on the album, and listened to other people sing to it in their own form and renditions and ideas that came up with it. And it was pretty amazing. I was actually having a good time. It was like, singing "Row Row Your Boat" in Chinese. It was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably not the best comparison, but that's all I can think of.
It was funny though.
Yeah. I'm probably put that in a shirt. It's hard.
There you go. Right.
There you go. But when I got a chance to audition, I wasn't really ready. I wrote all my songs on my phone, so I had to read some sing some from the phone. And so I held it up and I sang, and there was a song they had. They called it the ballad. It was called that when they sent it to me. Of course, they wanted that song to be probably some type of romantic song or whatever else like that. But when I started writing to it, I did have love in my heart, and it was because of my father who had passed away. So I ended up writing the whole song about my dad who had died, and the song is called "Home," which last year was actually on the radio. So we have 2 songs on iHeartRadio, as far as "Home" and also "Elevated." "Home" is not on any platforms right now except for whatever I sent you. We took it down for distribution because there was a problem with the coding, IRC coding. So one of the songs had the same coding as 2 of the other songs. So we had to take it down, resubmit it. We lost a whole bunch of numbers on plays, but who cares? No one's making a grip of money from plays at all. You can ask Metallica; they'll tell you. Oh no.
You know what? I gotta say though, "Home" is an amazing song. It is different from the rest of the songs, and honestly, I picked up a little bit of Seal in your voice. The way
Really?
Yes, I did. I literally Seal popped in my head, and I started thinking, "Kiss from a Rose." I just picked up that similarity and strength in it, and I was like, "Dude, that's beautiful."
It's so funny you said that. My producer Wade Constance, who had actually produced all of our music and also our video too, he's like, "Bro, you should do a cover song." I'm like, "Okay, which cover song?" He said, "I want you to do Kiss from a Rose." Yeah, it's so funny you said that. He's like,
I am just saying, now you got 2 people I picked up some Seal in there, and I was just like, dude, he sounds like there's a little bit of Seal in there.
That's so refreshing, because most people say, every time someone will hear me sing, they're like, "Bro, are you sure you're not LaJean from Seven Dust?" And I'm like, last time I checked, no. I
can hear that too in your other songs, but in "Home" specifically, I heard Seal. So that would make sense. I mean, your voice is at that level, and I would love to hear that.
Oh, thank you so much. So with Relevant Saints, we decided, because we had some investors that were really interested in us, and they said, your image reminds me a lot of Voodoo, as far as the way you look. And I kind of took offense to it at first because I'm Creole, so Creole, voodoo. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, not necessarily a racist comment, but once I looked at it, I was like, well, I do wear a lot of skulls, and then I started researching. I started researching voodoo, which my grandmother told me never to do, and I wondered why. But I started researching it, and I found a lot of information of this guy as far as the religion. Number one, voodoo is spelled absolutely wrong. It's not VOODOO. Voodoo is supposed to be spelled VODOU. And what happened was when Hollywood got involved with voodoo, and like they always do, they made everything dark because whatever they don't understand is dark. You know what I'm saying? So they painted. So then when they do, one of the icon people of voodoo, his name is Papa Legba. And most people that know voodoo know who that is. That's the guy who keeps, you have to give him an offering before you you even try to contact the other side. His offerings would probably be something like he likes coffee, he likes cane sugar, just like little, just like simple things like that. You know?
All the uppers you need.
Yeah, exactly. He's like you give him an offer and he allows you to be able to access the other side of the world. So, and searching this and learning about him and finding a picture, he looks a lot like me. As far as the beard and the hat and everything. Yeah. And when I pulled it up, and I was like, oh my God. And not too long recently, that TV show called something horror, or what's it called? Something horror. It's a TV show. I'm trying to think of this. Anyway, they did a voodoo thing on there, and they had Papa Legba on there. And they made him so dark and just really, really just scary. And a lot of people, just like religions, like, Catholic and Christians, there's a light side and a dark side. It depends on who. It's not the weapon; it's who yields the weapon, I should say. And and voodoo was created. It was created. Voodoo was created to I'm sorry, my kid is trying to get the door. Voodoo was created to try to scare the slave owners. As far as, well, no, I wouldn't say it was created that. It actually saved a lot of slaves. You know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of people don't want to fuck with the dark side. You know what I'm saying? Or actually, they thought it was dark because they saw the things like, the animal sacrifice and the dancing and the chanting and everything else like that. And also all the rumors as far as, people that were able to shrink themselves, turn themselves into flies, and all the cool stories that you would hear back in the day. So it basically it created a safe haven for Black people or slaves in the center of Louisiana. That's where they danced and celebrated. And also there was another person from the voodoo community. Her name was, I forgot her name. But she was pretty much the queen of voodoo. And she even still has a store in Louisiana. She's not alive, but her cemetery, where she's buried, right in the House of Voodoo, because there's actually a church of voodoo, it's her House of Voodoo in Louisiana. And she has one of the raised graves. You can go to her grave, and you could draw 3 X's on there. When the 3 X's is, and you make a wish, your truest wants. And once you draw those X's on there, people have said they've come back, and someone has drawn through the X's. That means that someone came back and their wish came true, or she crossed it out herself, marking a job well done.
Interesting.
Crazy, right?
And then Hollywood goes and screws that up and makes the triple X's porn.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did so many things to kind of make it bad. But there's a dark side. There's a dark side to voodoo. There's a light side, because all the voodoo people were called shadow people, and they were known as the healers or the medicine men. You know what I'm saying? Right. They're the ones that healed and took care of community, and it's different because, like I said, it all depends on what weapon who yields that weapon. You know what I'm saying? Because if someone has bad intentions, just like with Jesus Christ, Spanish Inquisition, what happened with that? They slaughtered a bunch of Muslims just because they wouldn't convert. It was crazy. It was crazy. They even created devices like the Iron Maiden to hurt people. That was created by the church. That was created by the church. The Iron Maiden was created by the church. That's crazy, right?
Some of the biggest hypocrites. Just throwing that one out there. I won't go too far into personal thought on this, but hypocrites.
That's pretty much. Well, the voodoo whole thing, that's pretty much our direction. The voodoo thing is our direction. I would not take the title as far as Papa, because like the band Ghost, there's already a Papa. But just know that that's kind of where we are as far as the lighter side of that. As far as that's, most bands, satanic or else like that. You call us what you will, dark makeup and everything else like that. But
so many people don't understand Satanism, just like regular Catholicism, Christianity. There's 10 different versions, 10, slightly different beliefs. People need to educate themselves before they run their mouth.
Yes, yes, and they always do, and people forget that man is fallible. So even the stories can change. Like, remember that old game they used to play when you was a kid, where you would say a sentence and whisper it in somebody's ear, and by the time it got all the way around back to you, it was a different story.
Oh yeah. I love the stories I hear about myself. I'm just like, that's it. Oh, I've done so much worse. It was a good day if that's all you heard. So really quick, Will Dunham from LA wants to know, he has a question. Would Relevant Saints ever do a cover of the Ghost song Life Eternal?
You know what's so funny? I've been trying to get my band to do a Ghost cover. And I would actually, I'm so glad you asked that. One of my favorite songs of Ghost would be either Square Hammer or A Dance Macabre.
Oh yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs. So I love it because it's so upbeat and it's dark. That, and as soon as you hear that, da 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 da, I'm like, oh my God, yes, I would do that. Now I love Papa, but I never thought he was a strong singer. Like, great look, great lyrics, great sound, but just not. I don't think he's a strong singer. You know what I'm saying? As far as being able to be what he should be. But I still love it. I still love it and respect it. Posters all over my wall and everything else like that. I think, yes. And if I can convince my band, yes, I would.
That would be cool. That'd be killer. I would love to hear that. And I'd love to hear you sing Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss her, baby.
I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just saying. I mean, I every time I hear Home, I played that song like 10 times. I keep hearing Seal. I keep hearing a little bit of Seal in there. So
someone told me I sounded like what's his name? John Legend. He said
John Legend, yeah.
He said you sound like John Legend on steroids.
That's not a bad thing. That's not bad. He's John Legend's got an amazing voice. I mean, he's a great vocalist.
I didn't know how to take that one. I was like, okay.
You know what? I would take that as a compliment. I would take that. Me personally, I'd be like, you know what? I get it. It's the strength and the power in your voice that you can get up there, get it out. So I would take that as a compliment. If you meant it as an insult, just crack him upside the head and tell him shut his mouth. Hopefully it's not some even if it is someone famous, still do it. I don't care.
Well, there's not too many black as far as black people as far as in rock. I mean, it's only a few of us when it comes to that. And when we are, so few of us are. Well, I'm Creole, so when we're able to actually come out there and kind of break down the walls of race and everything else like that, then what you get is just pure love and beauty. And that's what I'm looking for, is a whole nation of people unifying. I want to bring rock back together. I mean, fuck the genres. Fuck the genres and subcultures of rock and roll. What he says, what Billy Joel said, still rock and roll to me. All of it is rock and roll. All of it is rock. And because of the subcultures of death metal, goth metal, this rock, blah, 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 it's caused a divide. A division is how people make money. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stand alone. You know what I'm saying? So by us banding together as rock, by us separating, we weakened our community, and now hip hop is taking over. Trap music is taking over. Why? Because they're unifying. They unify more than what we can. And rockers from back in the day, we were supposed to be the most secure, honest, and great people. And I mean, we know what I mean by that. We wore makeup. You know what I'm saying? We wore our sister's pants. You know what I'm saying? We did things and we were accepted.
Yeah, I never understood that whole thing. I always wondered where to go.
Yeah, we were the first. Rock was the first community to accept LGBT. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Halford, all of them. We didn't care. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who you was sticking backstage. All that matters is that you up there rocking and that we had love for each other. The love that we have in the mosh pit is the same type of love that we need to keep on having, to pick each other back up and keep on pushing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and I love that. I love that. That's what the rock scene and the music scene is turning into. Like when everyone says new metal, to just group everything into it, and whatnot. Or I love it all. Me being an eccentric and just well-rounded with music to begin with. Of course, when you hear it all and it's just some bands are just killing it. I mean, I love that sound. It's music should not be separated by color. It shouldn't be separated, too much by genre. I mean, certain things don't sound right, but but a lot. Yeah. If you have the right band, you got the right people working together, you can make an amazing sound. And I mean, Relevant Saints has definitely pulled that off, and I love what you guys are. I love how your vocal range goes everywhere, and I watched.
I am everywhere.
yeah, I was gonna say your stage presence is everywhere. I watched a few videos. I definitely would love to have you guys up here. If you guys, got future plans, well, coming on tour.
I would love
to have something to do with that.
I want to go to Chicago so bad. I think that might happen in 2023. Is us, the Relevant Saints, coming down to Chi-Town and doing some great things. I mean, Houston is fine, but it's overly saturated. Just like Austin, everybody thinks they're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Everyone thinks they're going to drive out here and just pick up a record deal. No, it's not even about where you go. It's everywhere you go. You have to go everywhere in order to make it. And that's what we have to do. Pack up that van and do it.
Yeah. And you know what? I've always wanted to go to Houston. I mean, I've never gone to Texas. I always wanted to go to Texas or Arizona just to live in general, get away from this cold weather. But Houston, yeah. But Houston, I mean, everyone's just I know so many people down there, so many bands. I mean, so much amazing things happening, in the music scene down there. I mean, I would love to go down there.
There's some wonderful bands out here. This band called Saturate, also the band Chaw. It's just amazing. I know I talked about them earlier, but the band called Chaw, when I first saw them, there's a lot of rap metal bands, but this one blew my mind when I saw them. If I was to try to say what they sound like, Beastie Boys meets Rage Against the Machine meets Red Hot Chili Peppers meets man, it's just amazing. Their sound is just crazy. And the band Chaw, do you know what Chaw stands for?
No.
Cocaine, hallucinogenics, alcohol, and weed.
That's great. All right. So so that show's got to be super entertaining.
Oh yeah. No, as a matter of fact, the guy that plays the nerd in our video is the lead singer himself from Chaw.
Really?
Yeah, he's the one who has the rap right in the middle, and that's pretty much some of the stuff that he's doing.
Right.
Hey, bro,
Phil.
Phil.
Phil is from Persevere, who I actually interviewed a couple weeks ago, and they're from Indiana. Really cool band. I could so see that happening.
We're down. We're open for 23.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're open for bookings this year. We've almost pretty much solved our guitar problem, and we're ready to start booking now. We've only turned down one show, which was for Chris Harding, which is a very popular person out here. If I would say who Chris Harding was, just look him up. He's like Vanilla Ice's right-hand guy. He's my right-hand guy. He's an amazing guy. Chris Harding he's one of the voices out here as far as the rock scene. You know what I'm saying? He also does like the suspension thing where they put hooks in his back and I got a few friends that do that. I cringe.
Yeah,
he dangles on stage. Oh yeah, me too. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm into a lot of hardcore shit where a lot of people look at me that way, but I got it. There's a different level of you're not hooking me.
I'm good. I got enough holes. Got enough holes in my ear. I'm good.
Yeah, I got earrings. I never wear earrings. Everyone's like, no. Yeah, boom. So anyway, so the EP, you have 2 EPs out actually. You have
yes.
You have
volume 1, and volume 2. And right now, I think you're the only person that I send the files to that you actually have the majority of volume 1 and volume 2.
Majority of the songs.
Yeah, as far as I mean, they can go on Spotify or anything right now and find volume 2 when they type Relevant Saints. Volume 1 will be back up probably in a couple of weeks, just dealing with TuneCore, CD Baby, all these wonderful just digital distribution places, and it should be the whole EP volume 1 should be back up in about 2 more weeks. But until then, we're gonna utilize momentum to make some more videos, make some more lyric videos, make some more content, and also I think right now we have a karaoke version of Home, so you can actually go on YouTube and pull it up and actually sing Home.
That's cool. That's cool. That's definitely a great song. I mean, I love all your music. I noticed that I did have access to a few songs that are not out there. So, I love what I do.
You're fully allowed to play them. You're fully allowed to jam them out. You're fully allowed to jam them out. So I let everybody know right now, when she plays, you better listen, because it's the only place you can get them right now.
So I have your permission.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right.
Rock on.
You're all witnesses. I have access to releases that nobody else has or has done. You like that shit? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you like that shit?
That. You know what? I'll give you some free promo. Talk some more about promotions, okay? I'll give you some free promo. Some of us got big hearts and big mouths. I'm just saying.
There you go. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
But so, I mean, I gotta say, I still love your demon. Braxis is cool.
Yeah, Braxis is going to be, actually, I was going to do the interview with you as Braxis, but, at the farmer's market, I think people would probably got too freaked out. Either that or I probably made a bunch of money. I don't know. I probably would have got crucified.
You know what? It could be a crucifixion. Never mind. I'm going to shut my mouth. I'm going to piss some people off with the way my things that come out of my mouth if I say what I was going to say. I'll stop.
I love all religions. Just don't force any of them on me.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying. I'm just saying. But Braxis is our demon promoter. He's gonna start taking over our TikTok. He's gonna be doing all the cool TikTok stuff, and you're gonna be seeing a lot more of him. This is what I'm gonna tell you. This is something what I usually do. I usually will bring Braxis with me when I do a show. After we rock out and everything else like that. There was this one time we did it. It was in Austin at the Come and Take It Live, and it was cold. I went to the door guy. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go step out. I'm gonna go put on something a little bit warmer." And he's like, "Okay, it's cold." I stepped out, put on Braxis, came back in, and I was like, "This'll do." And he looked at me like, "Oh, I get it. You're a demon." So as soon as I put on the mask, that's when I started walking around the bar, slamming drinks and everything else like that. People love it. Braxis picks up more attention than I ever have.
Well, you know what? That's your alter demon, not your alter ego. That's your alter demon.
Yes, I know. I'm friends with my demons, and I let him. All I gotta do is let him out every once in a while, and he's great.
Okay, now I saw that. Now in Elevated, there was another demon in there. Who was that?
That was Chris Harding. That's Chris Harding.
Was that? Okay, all right.
Yeah, Chris Harding. He plays. He plays Krampus. That's Krampus, and that's his Krampus thing. And I called him up because I remember because he ordered from the same company that I ordered from. This company called what is it called? Immortal Mask. Immortal Mask, located in Hollywood, California. The masks are about like $800 each, but they're handmade.
I know. Krampus is expensive as hell. Tell me about it.
And it adheres to your face. Yeah. Yeah, it's an amazing mask. His mask was amazing, and we just got together and just had if you look at the video, Darth Vader's in there too.
Okay, now I'm gonna
have
to watch that again now. I'm gonna have to watch it now.
In the ping pong section, Darth Vader's helped me out with ping pong. He's standing on the side. I kept throwing the balls in, and Darth Vader's like,
"Oh, yes, okay, I do remember that." Let's see something else. Let's see what's something else I've noticed. That not so much in Elevated, but I noticed a lot of your pictures.
There's an archangel in there. There's an archangel. There's an archangel. There's a guy wearing a kilt and full wings and a sword in there.
Yes, I saw that too. Dude, it was a trippy video. That's why I'm saying when I first saw it, I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah, there's 12 other bands in there. There's a band called Scream at the Sky. Saturate
Actually, I know Scream at the Sky is Brian, and I have been friends for years. Brian is awesome. I love Brian from Scream at the Sky. Really cool guy.
Oh, he's amazing.
I always call him Papa Smurf because he's always got the blue hair and the blue dreads.
Well, me and him have like a little thing that we always talk about. Because we talk about how sensitive people are, so we started a hashtag called because after Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, we thought it was hilarious. And I was like, about goddamn time somebody did something that men are supposed to do. So we started a hashtag called Talk Shit Get Slapped Mafia.
That's great. I could so see that happening.
Yeah. Next time you talk to him, just say, "Hey, Brian, hashtag talk shit, get slapped mafia." You'll be like, "What?"
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, Brian's a really cool guy. Every time he comes up to Chicago, he's always like, "What's up, Fran? I'm coming out." I'm like, "I see that. Can't wait to get together." We hang out, slam some drinks. That guy, I got to give him props.
They have a brand new video they just released. You guys check out Scream at the Sky. The brand new video they just released is an amazing video. Amazing video.
Man, I've never seen somebody drink so much before they go on stage and still kill it. I'm like, dude, you would never know he even had a drink when he gets on stage.
Oh man, he's a whiskey drinker like me. So he's like, come on. He's like, come out to the band, man. I'm like, all right, cool. I got there. He brought out some. It was like a pistachio whiskey. Yeah, it was just delicious. And we just sat there, just drank the whole time until it was time to go on stage.
Yes, Scream the Sky is a great band. Brian's a trip. I've known Brian for years. I
honestly say he's a real person. He's real. And when you talk to him, he'll make you feel that comfort. He's one of those people that if you called him, he'll be there. You know what I'm saying? And that's just there's not a lot of people who do that. No, Jeremy from Chaw, Skittle, he's like that also. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of real people. It's like you meet some bad people, but there's a lot of good people out here in Texas. Like good people,
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. I know so many people down there that I would love to come. I mean, not just to finally see you and several other bands. I mean, I've seen Scream at the Sky a few times, and it's nice. It'd be cool to see it in the hometown. Just so many of you, and just get together outside and be like, finally,
Yeah.
And then drink all the whiskey we can. I'm starting to get used to whiskey. I'm a Jägermeister fanatic. Always have been. I don't remember a lot of nights, but I never heard bad stories. So
I have a lot of bad stories on Jaeger.
it seems to be my baby. It seems to be my baby, but it works.
Well, I mean, we were sponsored by Jaeger for a little bit, so that got kind of out of hand.
See, and that's what I'm trying to do. Jaeger's a little hard to get into. I've been saying I've been kind of hitting them up a little bit. Let's see what else. So I want to see another thing I noticed. You guys, you have a fascination with nuns.
Who told you that?
I love that expression. You're just like, yeah. All right. So we got some demonic nuns, and then we got sexy nuns dragging Santa. What did Santa do? Or what was he about to do? That's what I want to know. I love the picture of the sexy nuns dragging Santa that you have on your profile. And it's just great. I'm like, I want to follow and watch what happens next.
Well, this is artwork from a guy from Cathedral Studios. His name is Nathan. He used to work with the Fox Rocks 107.3, and he wanted to do album cover from us a long time ago. But the band I was with called Downside was not really into that type of art. They were more urban Kings of the Strip Club type of guys. And while I'm up there wearing makeup and, nails painted and being all dark as I can be. And so, we didn't get a chance to use artwork for the album cover. But I told him, I was like, I love your art. I want to use it. So being in Relevant Saints allowed me to use all of his art. He's like, whatever you want, use it. Unfortunately, when we released Volume 2, we used one of his artwork, and he had forgot that he had sold it to one record company, to another band.
Oh, wow.
And so he was like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot. He made up for it, gave us another cool design, which we currently have right now. And he's like, your full album, I'm going to design it for you, no charge. I was like, dude, I'll still pay you. You know what I'm saying? You're amazing. You're an amazing graphic designer, and he's an amazing artist. And he's always stood by with good words. Like throughout the years, like, when I stopped doing music, he would just check on me, which was, I like when people do that.
Just randomly hit you up and say, how you doing?
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah. Not asking me for money, weed, or nothing. Just calling me to say hi, Cool.
I get that. Yeah, I'm one of those people that, if I'm cool with somebody, I'll just periodically just say, hey, what's up? Just check on them. So I get that.
What's really cool is when I was in an old band called Downside, I had a bass player. His name was Linus Hayes. He started his own band called No 10 Gods. So No 10 Gods has been making waves. I think he might be sending free shirts out to people who wear them, who swear that they're going to post them on their social media.
Right.
But the band is really, really good. I love what he's doing. I can't wait. We played with him, I think maybe once or twice, but he's doing very, very good. He hit me up not too long ago. He was like, hey, you ever thought about maybe us doing maybe a tribute band? I was like, bro, don't hit me with this tribute shit. I was like, what band you want to tribute? He was like, Seven Dust. I was like, he was like, come on, bro, we'll make a lot of money. I was like, yeah, but I feel like I'll lose my soul a little bit, bro. I got to keep myself original. I get compared to LeJean too much as is. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get all of a sudden fall into
break down that door. Like, now we're making this shit official, Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I've thought about the money. I mean, there's some good money in tribute.
Yeah, tribute bands make some bang. Tribute bands make bang.
But it's also what's also damaging original bands.
Yeah. It is. It really does.
Because the clubs now, they want that instead of originality. You know what I'm saying? The clubs are trying to make alcohol sales. They're trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to make money. So of course they want to get a tribute band that looks and sounds like Billy Joel or Billy Idol or Motley Crue or else like that. It makes the numbers. But it's really hurting our community as far as local people. I mean, I'm not hating against them. I respect their work that they do. But still, you know what I'm saying? I gotta stay original. I employ.
Absolutely.
I tell people to please just stay original, stay strong, and support each other, because that's the only way we can survive. And if no one's noticed yet, that around this time after COVID, and because of COVID, the bands that used to be all the way up here, you know what I'm saying, those national acts, and the bands that were down here like us, we're all now seeing eye to eye now. Right. We're on the same venues. We're on the same thing. They're now as desperate as we are for shows.
Yes, I noticed that. It's making booking a pain in the ass for booking agents to get to the smaller venues now, because now the smaller venues are like, we already got this guy and this guy. And it's like all the bigger bands are now downsizing themselves and downgrading themselves to the smaller venues, because so many, thanks to COVID, so many venues shut down. Many venues did shut down, and the few that did manage to survive are the smaller ones. Now there's still some big ones. Like in Chicago, we have still we got basketball stadiums and shit like that. Of course, they're going to survive. Because I mean, it was more than just music, but many venues and so many large bars shut down from the COVID. So now what you have are the smaller venues. And some, even some of the big artists can't fill a stadium. So they'll go to those smaller venues like House of Blues. And other venues, like smaller venues around, out here in the suburbs. We only have so many in the Chicago suburbs, and thankfully I'm a talent buyer for one of them. So I'm grateful for that blessing. But it makes it harder to book the shows, because now those venues and those large bars are looking at the local bands and being like, step up your game, because they got the bigger ones coming in, and it's making it even harder for the original scene.
And it's all, no matter what people think, it's all about money. You know what I'm saying? You might, one of the problems I always had is like, I think a manager told me, he's like, the problem with some bands is they're like little kids at Christmas. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, because every time they record a new song or video, the first thing they want to do is drop it. They want to drop it and put it out there as soon as possible. And that's actually the destruction of most bands, because all of a sudden they put it out there and then they get sad that it didn't do nothing. Just like any vehicle, it needs fuel. You got to gas it up.
You got to build that momentum. You got to build the energy. You got to build the momentum for it, the drive, the want. You got to keep people saying, "When's it coming? When's it coming?" And that's when
you got to come up with a plan. You got to have a plan. You got to have a plan of attack of how you're gonna drop it, where you're gonna drop it. You got to make sure you have your press release ready. You got to make sure you have everything, the money to be able to send these to all the people that need it, the magazines, the people, and things like this just don't happen. A lot of musicians become complacent because, like most musicians, they think they're gods. I'm the best thing ever, that someone's going to just pick them up. Record people don't do that no more. It's not like it was back in the day. You have to become almost your own record company. You know what I'm saying? You have to do everything. There's a lot of
small-time individual companies now that are people that are coming out with them. There's a lot more smaller record companies now, because impressing the big ones are almost non-existent at this point. And it's the little ones that are helping to get the original bands out there, to get their sound out there. They're the ones that are help pushing and promoting that.
Will says Tour buses are impossible to get right now, so
Yeah.
bigger bands are back, and U-Haul trucks again. Damn right they are, and it's wonderful, and it's wonderful. You know, I like seeing this stuff. You know, when we did a show with Drowning Pool not too long ago at the Wildcatter Saloon out in Katy, Texas, I saw CJ, and it was so cool to be able to walk up to him. He wasn't protected by people and after that. I walked up and I was like, "You remember me?" And he was like, "Oh shit!" And he stood up and he hugged me, and then I was like, "Oh my god!" I'm giddy because I'm a fan too. I'm a fan of music. Yeah, I'm especially a fan of rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for someone of that high, my stature, you know, acknowledging me like, "Oh shit, it's you." He's like, "How's that? How's everything been?" I was like, "Oh my god, well, you know, I haven't heard. I got a downside. I'm in a band, Relevant Saints. Matter of fact, could you do me a favor? I want to show you something, and I want you to tell me what you think." He's like, "No problem." And so I played him the video, Elevated, and he's like, "Bro, this is like old school, bro. You just brought this back." He's like, "I love it." Then I played him Home. He put his head down. While he's listening to it. He listened to it like someone really interested. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the respect, and he listened to it. And he just put his head down. He closed his eyes, and I saw the horns come up like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Bro," he's like, "You're gonna go somewhere with this." He's like,
Dude, it's a powerful song.
"What you got
It's a powerful song.
Thank you." And there's
Absolutely.
there's more. We got more music going to be coming out. We're working on 3 brand new songs right now. I'll say the name of one of them. One of them is called Social Icon.
Social Icon. Okay, what's that one about?
Its name speaks for itself.
All right, who is it about?
To me, more deep. It's about all of us. It's about everyone having. You have to trend now in order to be relevant. Short of a better word, you have to trend. You have to trend in some way or form. The game has changed. It's flipped into some. Okay, for example, there was a TikToker, and he was singing his music, and he got discovered. He got a record deal. His name is he's a country artist, and his name is Bailey Zimmerman.
Okay.
Bailey Zimmerman is #1 on the country charts right now. I think Jelly Roll just took the #1 spot, but Bailey Zimmerman got picked up. I can't tell you the name of the company or the people because I'm not allowed to say that legally. But he got picked up and signed a deal, and I mean he's just doing great, amazing. And hopefully the reason why I know all this stuff is because we're trying to get the contract to make his first hot sauce, the Bailey Zimmerman Hot and Simmering hot sauce.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, there's a band in New York called Nothing More. We did hot sauce for them. I make hot sauces for bands.
There's a lot of bands that are doing that. There's a lot of bands that are doing it. Like MX the American. They said that they'll look into. They want to get me a garlic. Everyone knows I'm obsessed with garlic, so I asked you about garlic. You know, I am obsessed with garlic. You know, and MX the American said that they'll make one. You know, just for me, what do I like? This and that. And I was like, I can't wait to check that out. You know, because I mean, that's not you guys. I'm hearing this more and more and more. I don't know how you guys even taste shit anymore. I mean, I love my hot sauce, but after a few bites, I don't taste chicken anymore.
Well, the difference, okay, our motto with our hot sauce is flavor before heat. And I've found a way scientifically to make sure you get flavor before you get any, you always say yum way before you say, ah! It might actually be the cure for COVID. I don't know. I'm not making any medical claims, but I'm just saying. You know what?
Don't say that because Hillary and the government might step in if you find the cure for COVID. They're going to, all of a sudden, especially if Hillary, you'll disappear. You committed suicide.
It's peppers. It's peppers. You want to taste again? Peppers. It's crazy.
So do you have a website that you sell the hot sauce on, or you only do it when you go to the farmers markets and your shows?
Yes, dragonvio.com. We have a brand new chip challenge. Also, we sell spicy. It's called
Spicy challenges, man. I swear to God, all your taste buds are dead. You got no taste buds, man. So what's the chip challenge? Which one is this?
Well, our challenge is like a chicharron. It's like a puffed wheat chip. It's called the Texas Death Wheel Challenge.
Sounds like something I would not try.
Well,
So what is it?
I would. Well, let's start with the main guys. The big guys, Pocky. Their first chip challenge is 1.7 SHU. The new chip they have is 2 million SHU, and also turns your mouth blue. Ours is 11.9.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, which is almost 5 times spicier than pepper spray. Just the look on your face.
What does that feel like coming out? I mean, I don't.
Oh well, to kind of help with that process, I added charcoal in there to the flavoring to kind of help with the digestive processing.
Wow. Remember the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but there's the little Texan the Texan cartoon character that always has the gun and the hat. In that movie, he started screaming, "My biscuits are burning! My biscuits are burning! Fire in the head!" That just popped in my head was him bouncing
Fire
around.
in the hole! My biscuits are burning!
Yeah, while he's just sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. Wow. I've had all my hot sauce stories are different since I manufacture. I've had pure capsaicin in my eyeball, not on purpose. But let's just say I know what that feels like, and I never want it to happen again. But it keeps on happening because I work with hot sauce. So that's probably why they call me Dragon.
I would still love to taste your black sauce, your black garlic sauce, and see what that's about.
Black sauce. What you talking about, Willie?
Okay, I can't say that straight. I'm dying over here. My eyes are all watering.
And Philip, thank you, Philip. Philip just added us to a daily Spotify list. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate it. Thank you, Philip.
Yeah, dude. Oh wow, that is great. So do you have any tours that you have planned? I know you guys have been you guys have been popping up that you're looking into 2023 and traveling, hit the road.
We're booking right now. If there's anybody, other bands out there that want us to come out and play, only thing we want is that we want to make sure it's tangible for us. The only thing we want or requesting is that we have enough money to get there, enough money to stay, enough money to eat.
Right.
It's not asking for too much. You know, if we can get to you, we'll fucking rock it. We'll rock with you.
But
we're booking for 2023, and we're willing to go everywhere. Because Houston, love Houston, but it's time for us to hit the world.
Right, absolutely. But if you guys do start heading towards the Midwest, let me know.
Oh yeah, I think Lawler said we're definitely going to be.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Midwest, the rock scene out here is killer. Absolutely.
Cool.
So.
I can't wait to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to being able to meet you. I know we've been talking for a little while, and like I said, I love your music. The band is really cool. I can't wait to see you guys actually play. Cool. So do you have anything else you'd like to give a heads up for? Tell maybe some future artists or anything like that. Any advice?
Well, I'm on Facebook. If anybody ever has any questions, feel free to hit me up and ask me. If I can't figure it out, I probably have friends that do. Lawler says I'm a very cocky person when it comes to people, because meeting like important people is because I know who holds the key to my dreams, and that's myself. So I look at other people. I look at other people not as gods, but as equals. And if you cannot drink and entertain with me, I don't want to fuck with you. Real simple. So be careful the company you keep, and you shouldn't have to impress or do cartwheels for anybody. Always be yourself and keep your standards, because what they said, all I have is my balls and my word, and I won't break them for nobody.
And your black sauce. And your black hot sauce.
And my black sauce.
That is fucking hilarious.
Very funny. I think we need to come out with a savage Lady Needs a Metals hot sauce.
You know what? We can talk about that.
Savage sauce. I can make you guys a hot sauce. How about that?
I would love for you to make my sauce.
I can do it. You tell me how hot you want it to go. You tell me the flavors, and I'll make it. I do manufacture. So any bands out there looking to have their own hot sauce, I mean, not like a you know what I'm saying, like Steve-O and all those other people, they go through all these weird companies and they put all kinds of these other elements in their sauce. All of our stuff is mostly natural, unless you want some unnatural stuff in there. Wink. And and we can make sauces for you. We could everything from design to everything. We got you covered. You want something more for your merch booth? We got you.
Absolutely. I want you to.
The more you buy, the cheaper it goes.
Dude, I'd be so game. So I would love to talk to you about that. Hell yeah, that would be some killer shit. I would love to talk to you about that. Definitely. Oh God, dude. I gotta get off the hot sauce thing. My mind goes love way too much. This is how I roll. Get over it. If I offend people, sorry, not really.
Oh well.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun and sick minds. That's how I roll. But
I might have to jump off because it's we got to close down the market and my boy.
Yeah, dude, I would thank you so much for taking the time out to join us. If people wanted to check out your merch, I know you got a bunch of new merch that you also just dropped out too. Where can they find you? What platforms can they find you on?
I totally forgot to promote that. Thank you so very much. RelevantSaintsBand.com. We have this. I don't know if you've seen that jacket that we just dropped with the nun on it.
I did. That is cool. I like it. I did.
We also have skirts. We have our own running shoes. We have our own running shoes. We have our own sneakers. We have our own underwear, playing cards. I mean, you name it, it's on there.
Yeah.
It takes about 3 weeks to get to you because everything is handmade, but it's of high quality. You can ask anybody who's actually purchasing our stuff. They're like, oh my God, it's amazing. Even if you buy the posters I sold, I dropped a poster off to somebody and they were like, I didn't know it was gonna be this big. I said, I'm selling posters, not postcards. We sell some real things, and I'm gonna be selling some more of those posters pretty soon. So just check out my Facebook, friend me. Usually I'll post up on there, and I go by first come, first serve. I'm not desperate. I just want to make sure that my friends have first dibs before we make things worldwide.
Right. Awesome. So what platforms can everyone find you on?
All of them.
I get that. You know, that's the best way to sum it up. Everyone,
I can't name them. I can't name them all. If I was Apple Music, Spotify,
right.
Shazam, whatever you name it, we're on there. We're on there.
Shazam.
Yeah, we're on there.
That's awesome.
We're on there.
Jason, thank you so much for coming. Today was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to seeing. Definitely looking forward to seeing you guys. Yeah. Definitely looking forward to 2023 and seeing what you guys are about to do. And like again, if you come to the Midwest, hit me up. I'll make it happen up here.
You'll be the first person to know I'm there.
Beautiful. And I have permission once again to get out some links that nobody else has access to.
Don't give them the music. They can't download it. Don't give them to download. You can play it live. I'll allow you to play it.
Okay. So I'll have it as background music.
Okay,
I've been thinking about doing some live like stuff just so people can see me beyond this. You know, just start getting live and be like, all right, a daily life in Savage Life. You really want to see this? Probably do.
If they want to own Volume 1 right now, go to RelevantSaintsBand.com. You can actually purchase directly from our website, so you're not without Volume 1. It's just that it's not on digital distribution. So you can actually buy it right from us, and that means the band gets all the money.
Yes, absolutely. Again, Jason, thank you so much, man. It was awesome meeting you.
You too.
Via YouTube. So, man, love and respect, and have a beautiful weekend, man. Happy Sunday Fun Day.
Thank you. Talk to you guys later. Rock on. Relevant Saints!